Hey, how's it going guys? So we've glitched out of Nacht and Toten in theatre mode, but before we begin I will say, sorry I've been away the past couple of days, I have been pretty sick, but I'm feeling better now, so I thought I'd start off with the Nacht no-clip. But yeah, we'll get on to the important stuff first, and then once that's done we'll just kind of do a general look around. So we're going to the plane first, specifically this rotor over here. If you follow me on Twitter you would have seen this already, but on each of the rotors is this writing, and it's actually like really readable. You can read this really well, and specifically the last line is what I'm interested in. It says installed 22nd of February 16. So is that 1916 or is it 2016? Either way it doesn't work because this map takes place in 1945. The Marines have just crashed their plane, the Germans are transporting 115 and zombies. 2016, that's too far in the future. 1916, that's too far in the past. Admittedly, this is a non-thing. It was just a reused asset. So yeah, it's a real and interesting, that one, but admittedly it does not mean this map is in the future or too far in the past. So now beneath the map, specifically beneath that tunnel the zombies can dig through out of the wall, there's a floating, wall, like a shape of it underground, and I guess it's there because it's like, hey, this is kind of part of the environment. It's not specifically a window with boards and stuff, so we use like stone chunks and stuff, and I guess that's why it appears underground. Again, I'm not like a map builder, so I don't know the full reason, but that's just my guess why. And I mean, while we're here, you can see like how the tunnel looks. It takes a nice sharp curve, and then at the end we get like this tunnel, like this wall here, just to block it off completely. So I guess if you glitched into there after the zombies pathing went all wrong, they wouldn't just fall off the map, maybe. I don't know, but it's just weird to see like a solid wall there. Now the next most quirky thing is over here. This red stuff on this rock. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is like, it's meant to be kind of like a mineral in it, but why? I mean, you could maybe say it was 115 if they still considered 115 orange, but they've changed it to always be blue now. But we go around front, and it's actually viewable if you light it up. So I'm just wondering if like there's a reason for this. It's there as well, and I mean, could you see that from the house? I mean, with a sniper through all the fog without any light? Probably not. So yeah, I'm just wondering, why is it there? Yeah, definitely weird. I don't know what's up with that, but if you guys have any ideas, maybe it's like a real life kind of just how rocks go, I guess. But if anyone has any ideas, let me know. Alright, so those are the things I thought were most interesting, so we're just going to kind of explore the whole area now. First things first, we're going to look at that moon. Look how bloody big it is. But yeah, below that, and all the way down there, we get stuff. I don't know if you call that like an earth box or a sky box, but down below. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't know exactly what it is. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like a runway a little, but it doesn't. Looks like Earth. I have no idea, guys. I have no idea what that is down there either. And you can't really see it behind there because it's not too foggy. So yeah, but when you go down, like not even below to where you play the map, it just all disappears. So you can never see that in normal gameplay. It only appears like that when you get high. But behind here, there's nothing. There's just floating trees and stuff. This is how they do crows and stuff. So you see it and it's like, oh yeah, it's flapping its wings. You turn around, oh, it's upside down. So it's literally just a 2D object. This lake here, which I thought was really cool. When I was playing Nacht, I never thought, oh, there must be a lake. Not a lake, I guess a lagoon or pond or something. But yeah, I love it. It really gives to that feeling. Really gives me a Romero style. And then we got the front of Nacht here, and sadly there's no crops or anything, just like kind of be a reference to Transit. I know that like Nacht and Transit aren't at the same location despite what people are saying. It's just a little Easter egg, the building there. But would have been nice to see like a Easter egg in an opposite like return, like, oh yeah, have some crops out here. Or but no, I love how they've done it. I mean, they got a road here, they got the trucks. It really does show like, oh yeah, maybe they were, you know, escorting 115 and zombies, and these tanks, you know, they were in Verrucht, but like you can see that 935 emblem here as well on them. But yeah, before we get to the plane crash, over here there's a tower. Now I never knew there was a tower out here, or maybe there wasn't in the original, I don't know, but I only knew of that one over there. But you know, you got a satellite dish up here, nothing else unfortunately. But yeah, very cool. I'd love if there was an egg involved with them both, you know, turning them on or something like that. But yes, and this is what it looks like behind. It's kind of like, it's even smaller than Verrucht, of course, so it's not very big but very detailed. I love how they've kind of like made it mountainous over here, you know, with the trees and the different kinds of rock. And then over here, you know, you got more mounds and small ridges and rocks, and the tank over here, this is the third one, got the 935 emblem, but also another pond. I feel like I knew that was there in the original, but at the same time I don't remember it. But anyway, you got lily pads and stuff, so I mean, it wasn't just created instantly, you know, it must have been here for quite a while. So yeah, and then down over here outside, it's actually quite detailed. You know, it's kind of like a bunker. You got all these explosive red barrels. I mean, don't know why. You just have them laying around camp. But it's optimal setup to, you know, shoot and damage the zombies. And then we got the tower here. I've always thought, oh, there's got to be something with the tower. Got to be something to do with it. It's just another version of that one over there. But yeah, I really wish they did something, or I wish it was a third one. Wish it was a third tower, because that would have put like 3, and have it over there, and it's like a triangle, and it's like, oh, connect the dots and all that. Alright guys, so lastly we'll go into the plane now, and it's actually divided up pretty well. I think they just got all these parts from, you know, Zetsubo and Gorod Krovi. Those have a ton of, you know, plane parts scattered around them. So yeah, I don't know if anything unique was created for it, but yeah, it's like the tail section over here. You got 194501. That'd be 1945 January, possibly, or it's some number, I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, they wouldn't just create that for Nacht. Over here, you got a Y. I don't know if there was more to it, but yeah, that's the tail section. And I mean, they're done really well though, like the inside, like this part generally reminds me like of, I think in that World at War mission where you're like the gunner on the plane and how you have to move back and forth and switch in between like all the guns and all that stuff. I thought that was a really cool mission, and you know, that just reminds me of it because like they're so well done. Like here's the other wing section, you know, you got crates and stuff inside of it, you got the nose and section. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this part in Zetsubo. It's like the plane you can go under or something with that trap on it. Anyway guys, that's it for Nacht Toten. I guess the only really interesting thing was the rotor with the wrong date and those weird red markings on that rock over there in the corner. That was super weird. I'm just wondering if there's anything to that, or if that's kind of like a natural. But yeah, so we're going to do a live stream tomorrow, and then I guess Shinonuma will be our next one we do. But yeah, until next time guys, I'll catch you all later. Cheers!